It's Eric Nagel. Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Eric and Jordan here with you, talking about television, movies, streaming updates, all the news that is fit to print. And as we do with segment 2, we talk about some of the things that we've been watching, we've been playing, we've been consuming. Jordan, well, we had some time to ourselves with the holiday break. Perfect chance to watch things and catch up on things that we've been meaning to check out. Start with you. What have you been watching?
God, you would think so, but being sick knocked me on my ass. So the few things that I did watch were a lot of, I introduced my daughter into some like early to late 90s movies like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original with Christy Swanson. And then we watched Surf Ninjas because why not? And then I started rewatching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and doing things like that. What I did watch that was kind of, I'm not kind of new, but it is new and more topical. I did watch Stranger Things. On Christmas, I watched the 3 episodes that dropped. I believe it was episode 5, 6, and 7. And then episode 8 dropped on New Year's Eve. I had to wait for the kids to go to bed, and it was New Year's Eve, so they didn't go to bed till like 12:30. And I knew that if I didn't watch it, everybody on the internet would ruin it for me. So I stayed up and watched the 2-hour.
The joke's on you. Everybody on the internet didn't ruin it for you.
No.
The Duffer Brothers and Netflix ruined it for everybody else. So they got the jump on you.
Yeah, they got me. But I ended up watching the series finale of that on
No. There's still a secret episode yet to come.
And all the, yeah. So I watched that. And then I watched a movie last night. So you had mentioned Poor Things earlier on. You got all the details wrong. So I had to school you on who that was made by and all that stuff. Well, that director, Yorgos. Very pretty retard. Yorgos Lanthimos, who's the director of that movie, made another movie recently called Begonia. I watched it last night, and that movie is weird.
Begonia?
Begonia. Sorry, I mispronounced. Emma Stone is in it again. She plays like a executive of like a pharmaceutical company that gets kidnapped by these 2 guys.
I saw this trailer somewhere. I saw that clip about her. Instagram. It was a clip of her getting her head shaved, and the guy said, "You can't communicate with your ship." And she goes, "What ship?" And that's all I saw. Like, I had no idea what I watched.
So these 2 guys kidnap this woman, shave her head, wipe antihistamines all over her body because they think she's an alien, and are holding her captive in their basement. And it's wild. Like, it is like, this guy is like way deep into conspiracy theory.
Alicia Silverstone's in this.
She's in briefly, but yes, she's in it. Okay. It was very interesting. And I know Giddle saw it in the theater, and I've been meaning to watch it, so I finally watched it. And this movie's weird because like it wants to be a comedy, but it's not like a black comedy, but it's really not funny. The music in it is really weird. Like, they get very
that teaser I saw did not give any impression that it was anything comedic.
It's listed as like a black comedy, but it's not funny. But the score was like, Giddles is right. The score is crazy because like it doesn't get loud in the right places. Like, for some reason, it's like hitting bum, 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 bum. And it's weird. It's like it doesn't match what's going on in the scene. It's very off-putting. I think it's supposed to really make you feel uncomfortable.
Jesse, Jared in the chat is saying Matt Damon is in that. Yeah, Jesse Plemons from him maybe as the Captain Kirk character in Black Mirror.
That was pretty good. But yeah, like he's just doing weird stuff, and like I'm not going to ruin this movie for anybody that wants to see it. But like the ending is so. Like, if it's going to be funny, there's a scene at the end that's funny. And it's just like, you don't expect it to happen. And when it does, you're like, that's fucking hilarious. And then the ending happens and you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then you start thinking about like, okay, if this thing didn't happen earlier on and this situation didn't happen, would that ending happen? And it just, you start really thinking about it. Like I a day later, like thinking about, okay, like this happened and this happened. Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, it's an interesting movie. I really enjoyed it, but I don't know why fully yet. Like, there's stuff about it.
One scene at the end that was funny is why it's like, oh, we should list it as a dark comedy because that one little thing was actually funny.
It's possible.
There are some funny moments whether they're intentional or accidental in horror proproperties, but they're never listed as a dark comedy because they have
like a black comedy or anything. Yeah. So this was good. I wasn't super into the director's last movie. I think it was Kinds of Kindness. I wasn't into that one as much. Poor Things I really enjoyed. He did a movie called The Lobster that I really enjoyed. And then there's a movie that he did called Killing of a Sacred Deer. That is probably one
I have not heard of.
That one is wild. So he does some really crazy stuff. And a little side note, his dad is also a director and he directed Tombstone, which is wild. Like these are completely different genres.
So that's how he has the money to make these things.
Yeah. So he's making a lot of really indie, weird stuff. I think he found Emma Stone as his muse. She's been in his last like 3 or 4 movies. So, but I completely recommend it. It's fun. It's different. It's interesting. And I think it's on Peacock. I watched it on Peacock. So it's available. If you have Peacock, go check it out, or it's on demand. I'm sure it'll be somewhere else. So, but yeah, that's what I've been watching. I haven't been doing much. I've been getting back into Destiny 2. They put out some DLC that made everything Star Warsy. Like they didn't blatantly say this is Star Wars, but they got lightsabers. They got all like the Mandalorian armor and stuff like that. So it's tied in with Lucasfilm and Star Wars, but they're not blatantly saying these are Star Wars characters.
Right.
So that's been pretty fun. Played a little Mario Kart, but yeah, I've just been so sick that I haven't really I didn't want to watch something that I needed to pay attention to. I've been meaning to watch some of the things that you watched, and you're going to mention one of them. I couldn't find the one
Stranger Things.
No, the other. Yeah, I couldn't find Stranger Things. It was weird. No one ever talks about it. But yeah, what did you watch?
I watched Stranger Things. Like I said, we'll do a bonus thing talking about our thoughts on all that. I will say that I was not proven wrong that Will sucks and Will ruins everything in that show. And
I think got worse.
I think more people after that finale are starting to come along to my side of the street here and like, yeah, Will was really a fucking waste the entire time. So I watched that. I have a correction on my list because I thought I watched the Pluribus finale. And apparently there's 9 episodes and I watched episode 8.
So is that why you're like, the finale? Oh my God, what was that? And it's not really the finale. So you're like,
yeah.
Okay, good.
So I got to go back and watch that unless I got it wrong because I think I didn't watch episode 9. So I'll have to look for that. I got sucked into watching Wicked One Wonderful Night on New Year's Eve because the kid is all about Wicked stuff. She saw the first movie. She hasn't seen the second movie yet, but knows all the songs. She's got a princess dress. She's got she's all about it. And then that thing came on. I had no idea. She was flipping the television remote and found it. And she started screaming Wicked. And I said,
found it, bought it on demand.
So apparently they did the whole thing at the Gershwin Theater. And it was all live performances, a stage performance for certain scenes. They even had the more famous, well, I guess they're the more famous cast now, the movie, but the Broadway cast. What I can't remember their names. The one who does Elsa in Frozen.
Oh yeah.
Travolta got her name wrong, and I'm not going to say it because I'll get her name wrong.
Adele Dazeem.
Yeah, that, and then Kristen Chenoweth, who. Glinda, I think, in the Broadway thing. Yeah, they came out there, did songs with them, and I didn't realize that Bowen Yang was that big in Wicked.
Apparently.
But he was big in the live show there, and then everyone's like, oh, he's leaving Saturday Night Live. There was a lot of ramp up to it, and no one seemed to care that he left Saturday Night Live. So
no, they made a big deal out about it that night, and then after that, no one cared. It just went quiet.
No one cared. So yeah, I watched most of that until she decided to pass out, and I was like, good. So I turned it off around 9:00 and put her to bed, and then I played games up until midnight when the ball dropped. I did have fun watching Dick Clark's. Well, that's not Dick. Yeah, it is Dick Clark's New Year's Rocking Eve.
They still call it that, but I think it's what?
It's Ryan Seacrest hosted, but Dick Clark's estate did not. I don't know if his wife is still alive. Did not give up the rights to it, so ABC doesn't own it. Ryan Seacrest company doesn't own it. Dick Clark Productions still owns it, so that's how they want to keep it, and that's a big money maker for them, and rightfully so. I didn't realize Dick Clark also owns a few award shows too. I think he owns the AMAs. MMA, yeah, the mixed martial
arts. He owns MMA.
Yeah.
He was a fighter before he died.
Yeah, he owns a bunch of stuff. Anyway, that's not important. La Seraphim performed live in Times Square.
You're a big fan now.
Yeah, super fan number one, big round eye fan. Yeah, so they did Crazy and they did Spaghetti, and they even had Ryan come out and do the Spaghetti thing too, which was weird, but whatever. Good on him. He makes $1 billion. I can't fault the guy for anything.
Right.
So I saw that a little bit, and then I saw clips the next day of the CNN, which I guess is the better show, the CNN New Year's thing, because Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen are drunk.
Just get drunk.
He was shitting on the mayor who just left office, and then was it Amy Sedaris?
Amy Sedaris came on.
They talked to her, and it's like, and they were talking about relationship stuff, and it's like, where's the best place to find a guy? And she goes, probably the ladies' room.
It's a funny bit, but it was probably did not land like it should.
Oh, it landed. Everybody online, when that clip went around, it's like, she with this outrageous comment. You read all the comments, nobody gave her shit about that thing. They all thought it was hilarious. So yeah, watch that.
I love her brother. He's such a great author.
This is the one I think that you couldn't find, the Chevy Chase documentary.
Yes. Where did you watch it? I was looking for it. I was going to watch it today.
I set my DVR. I still have a DVR for CNN when it aired. So I had it, but you can watch it on CNN's website. Did you know CNN's trying to charge you for an app?
Are they still trying to do that? Because I know one of them fucked it up.
Yeah, CNN still has an app for exclusive content and all this stuff. And every time I see the ad on Instagram, everybody sits there and they write "nice try, Diddy," or they're just like, "We're not getting into this. It's a waste of money." But if you watch it on CNN, you can log in with your cable provider information, and you can watch it for free.
Oh, do cable? I'm not gonna.
All right. Well, if you don't have cable,
I'll find it.
A site that we are aware of has it, so you can go there. But yeah, I watched that thing. It was really good because they were throwing some stuff at him, which I don't know if he's playing dumb or if he was actually really kind of upset that the lady was asking him these questions. When it got to the community stuff, nobody from community would be a part of it.
Yeah.
So nobody wanted to talk about it. The only one who did talk about it, who was community adjacent, was Jay Chandler Shekhar.
Yeah, because I think he directed a few episodes.
He directed a bunch of episodes for Community. If you don't know him, he's from Super Troopers. He's
Ramathorn.
He's that comedy troupe that made Super Troopers. They made Beer League. They made what's that? The Tacoma FD.
That's a funny show.
I haven't watched it yet, but yeah. So that guy, the guys from Super Troopers, whatever that group is called, Broken Lizard. Thank you, Gil. Broken Lizard. So he was, I guess he got a lot of he cut his directing teeth, if you will, on a lot of episodes of Community. He was the only one that would talk about this because everyone else, even Dan Harmon's people turned down comment for all of a sudden. Nobody wanted to talk about Chevy. Lorne Michaels was on there. He talked about it. Dan Aykroyd. Paul Schaefer was on there, which I was not aware that Paul Schaefer was close with Chevy Chase, but it's worth the watch. I think it's like an hour and a half. It's pretty good.
I definitely want to watch it. I keep seeing people saying, I watched the Chevy Chase one, and then I also watched the one for, oh my God.
John Candy,
and it could not be a more polar opposite.
John Candy one is fantastic, and he's so well beloved. And Chevy Chase, it's hit or miss with who likes him and who doesn't. And they even went into all the time. They told you what he was on during like making movies. He was high on cocaine, how he smuggled cocaine in shaving cream cans into Hawaii for filming another movie, his hidden drinking, and all, like they went pretty dark talking about him going to rehab, went to rehab, started losing his fucking mind, begged his wife to sign him out, and he left a few days later.
I keep seeing the one clip where she's like, I'm just trying to figure you out. And he goes, you know why you can't figure me out? Because you're stupid, or like you're an idiot, or you're not smart enough. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there going, what a dick. Mm-hmm. Like, I really want to watch the rest of it. Like, I really do want to like check it out. They made this so like they've been pushing this on social media, but They have not said anything on where to find this.
CNN's terrible by putting it out in front and center. Like, you have to dig for the fucking thing. They're still of that mindset of, well, you got to wait for it to show up on television again. No, you don't.
You really don't.
I shouldn't have to wait for it to air on television. It should be on
right?
TV, and it should be on your on demand immediately.
If you should have been able to click on like Prime or whatever else.
The maximum amount of eyes you can get from the jump, it should be available everywhere at the same time. Or at least broadcast for the 2 hours on CNN, and then at like 10 o'clock, it's on everywhere. And they didn't do that. Tom Enlift in the chat says he seems insufferable to do coke with. There is some stories about, I forgot the name of the movie, but Chevy called the day before they were supposed to shoot and said, I can't do this movie. I don't like what it's doing. So the producer and the director get in the car. They go over to Chevy's house, and they're there for several hours trying to work things out and fix things in the movie that Chevy has a problem with. And while he's doing that, they tell a story about him opening up like a briefcase full of cocaine, dumping it onto a table, and then, like lining it up and doing it himself, not offering it to anybody else that's in the room. Now, they're not glorifying.
What a terrible host.
Yeah, but they're saying it's like, who does drugs by themselves in front of a group of people? Yeah, Chevy Chase. And then it keeps cutting. When they make these offhanded comments, there's always a jump cut to Chevy sitting somewhere. Like, they just constantly are fucking with Chevy through this thing. So,
yeah, okay. I'll have to
give that a watch. I'll link you to some places if you need to watch it. All right. Moving. Oh, I had a movie that I was supposed to watch, and I keep forgetting to start it. I have it on my thing that I got off on Amazon Prime. It's called Fackham Hall.
Oh, I saw
British comedy
for it.
Yeah. What's his name? Who plays Tom?
Don Cleese.
No. Tom from Harry Potter. He's the kid from Slytherin.
Felton.
Yeah, he's in there. Jimmy Carr plays the priest.
I like Jimmy Carr.
And Jimmy Carr is the priest in that scene. Reminds me of Rowan Atkinson as the priest. 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Yes.
It feels like that. But just watch the trailer and you go, oh my God, they made a comedy. That's a comedy. It's not a message. It's not influential. It's a shit talking, clever comedy for people who want a shit talking, clever comedy.
I like that. Well, I mean, of course it has to be British. So it's like, all right.
Yes. But even they have.
Finally. Thanks, guys.
Even they're hyper up on, the message and woke stuff and those kind of things. But this feels back in the day of what British comedy used to be. So I got to go back and watch all that stuff. All right. Out right now for you to check out and enjoy in theaters. I'll wait, but I want to see this. Greenland 2 Migration.
I'm so excited for it because I saw the trailer and I'm like, Giddles, and my complaint is finally being rectified. There's some fucking meteors or some asteroids or something's hitting the Earth, and we get to see it finally.
I don't know if Greenland, the original movie, made any kind of impact, but it seemed to have been a word of mouth movie that everyone said
it was like that movie night.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like the way it was presented didn't seem like it got much attention publicly. No. I don't know if it was a direct to video kind of movie, if it was actually in the theaters. I don't know, but nobody talked about it.
Very short because you're right. No one saw it.
Nobody saw it. Nobody knew about it until it was available on demand. And then people were just telling others, it's like, you got to watch Greenland. Giddles told us we got to watch Greenland. And you watch it. And then the ending, I don't want to spoil it for people if you're going to go to actually watch it, but the ending, you're sitting there, it's a lot of everything's happening off screen.
Yeah.
There's shit going on and you're like, wait, what's going on? And it's like, oh, it's off screen.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
This can't be the end of the movie. It's all off screen. So the fact that there's a second one now,
I'm excited.
With Gerard Butler. I mean, God bless him. He's just taking everything that's thrown at him, and rightfully so. He is a good actor,
though, because he's also done all those like White House Down type movies, or London Has Fallen. It's the London Has Fallen. All those movies. Those are fun. They're dumb, but they're fun. And so, like when I saw that he's in it, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Greenland too. Because I'm hoping it's going to improve on the things that me and Giddles complained about.
What is this? Oh, Dave Murphy in the chat saying, my girl is super psyched to see Greenland 2. I'm going to go for Baccarin.
Morena Baccarin.
Yeah, I forgot that she's in there.
Yeah, she played the wife in the first movie.
I guess Mickey Rourke was unavailable for it. You don't want him in this movie. Go watch Greenland if you haven't, Chris.
He's trying to raise money for his housing.
Go watch Greenland and then come back and you go, that was terrible and amazing at the same time.
And you know what?
They pulled it off.
Here's another one that's really, really bad, but I have watched it probably 10 times now, and there's no reason to watch it that many times. Right. Moonfall. Watch Moonfall.
The fact
I love that movie.
That scene where they're like out in that road near a farm fence and they're jumping based on the gravity of the moon.
Yeah, the moon keeps fucking the gravity. Oh my God, the movie is so stupid. And I might
want to go back and watch that again.
I bought the damn movie. I found it on 4K. I'm like, I will own this. It's worth the time. It's so stupid. I love the movie. Like that needs a sequel because they leave it open for it. I'm like, give me Moonfall 2.
All right, yeah. The
guy Halle Berry's in it. The dialogue is terrible. Oh, it's so fun.
The guy from the Conjuring movies.
Yeah.
Patrick
Wilson. Patrick Wilson.
Patrick Wilson. Yeah, he used to live near me. Yeah, he's the I don't remember the main actor who else is in that movie. There was a pop star, Halle Berry, not a pop star, but famous actress in there. Yeah, I got to go back and watch Moonfall. All right, let's get through the rest of this there. So Greenland 2 is in theaters. Wait for it to go on demand. And then Primate. What is Primate?
It's a movie about a girl who's on a tropical island with like a family. Chimpanzee family is gone, and then the chimpanzee goes crazy. And it's just a dumb looking fucking bad monkey movie. Like it doesn't look good.
Right.
Like it's gonna be probably streaming next week.
What did you just go see? Oh, I went and saw the Bad Monkey movie. I couldn't go
movie.
Like, how is a bad?
Yeah, but Bad Monkey movie was okay. There was one called Bad Monkey that I think last year or 2 years ago.
Well,
I couldn't believe they made another chimpanzee.
Apparently, there's a whole subgenre of bad monkey movies that you can go out and watch.
But not Monkey Man. That's an Indian movie. I like that movie.
Over on Netflix, I don't know this. What's Marcelo Hernandez American Boy?
So he's that guy. He's the guy who speaks Spanish a lot on SNL now. Like he's the one. Like he's always doing all the Spanish bits. And
I haven't seen Saturday Night Live, and I don't think I've seen this season yet.
Yeah, so he's pretty popular on the show. He did some stupid character that everyone loved, but yeah, he's been pretty popular on SNL lately. So yeah, he's got a stand-up special over on Netflix. I think he's kind of funny, so I might check it out. But yeah, needed something to fill space. Nothing on Netflix has come out and sees Stranger Things. So
well, no, that's not true. You have Ricky Gervais's comedy special, Mortality.
Yeah, but that's coming.
Or Morality.
That one's gonna be funny.
Morality. No, it's out already.
Oh, is it? Shit.
It came out around right around the same time around Christmas.
Right.
So yeah, go watch that.
I'll watch that one then.
The Dave Chappelle's, out of nowhere special that's up on there. You can go check that out. Over on HBO Max, The Pit season 2. I've heard people talk about it. I know nothing about it. Never seen anything.
It's good. The first season's pretty good.
Okay. Take your word for it. Over on Disney Plus and Hulu, because if you're not aware, I think this is the year they're phasing out the Hulu app.
Yes, and in fact, I think it was like this week.
And it's all going to be through Disney Plus. You go to Disney Plus and then you'll get the interface of Disney, Hulu, ESPN. Still never going to do ESPN Plus. I don't care what WWE is doing. But over on Disney Plus, Tron Ares, which is the third Tron movie, which nobody went to see in the theater, but I'll watch it on Disney Plus. Oh, Jordan did.
I have the physical copy right there. I bought it in everything.
And then Together. What's Together?
That is kind of like it's Dave Franco and Allison Brie play a couple who are having like marital issues. They go out to the country and it's like a body horror, like where they start kind of like, it's kind of gross, but yeah, that's out there. I haven't watched it yet. I've been hearing good things, but who knows? They've been making a ton of movies together.
Okay. I don't know if I'm going to watch that, but we'll see.
Probably not.
What else we have over on Amazon Prime? We have Fallout Season 2. And if you haven't seen Gen V, I think that concluded right before the holidays. So you can go see that new season. Then they announced, when is it? They announced on social media The Boys' final season is ending this year on Prime, but it didn't give a date. It just says this is
should be soon.
It's all going to go away and be wrapped up, hopefully. or spin-offs. I don't know. Over on Peacock,
there is another spin-off coming of Soldier Boy, but it's set back in the 40s.
Okay.
So they're taking that character, putting him back in the past, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
All right. Over on Peacock, which I don't know who's watching Peacock anymore, because the WWE stuff is, I think that's in the later in segment 2, right? Yeah, WWE officially left Peacock with everything else, so you're gonna have to find other people to come and watch. Oh, the Olympics. The Olympics is coming up next month. Maybe that's where people are gonna watch. And then what do you do after the Olympics? I don't know. The Copenhagen test, which is that's with Chen. What's it? The 10 Rings.
Yeah, Kang Chi.
Yeah, whatever.
Simu Liu plays a guy. I guess
he's not well liked from what I've seen online.
He's very vocal about Asian character inclusion and things, and rightfully so. I mean, they're underrepresented. You could think of like maybe 3 Asian actors probably right off the top of your head. So he's very vocal about that, and he's also very vocal about a lot of like social issues.
Aquafina.
She's okay. But yeah, so this one looks interesting. It's kind of like a thriller type show, kind of like I don't know. Like, I think he has like technology built, like someone that implants technology where they can see through his eyes or something like that. I've been seeing a ton of trailers and commercials for it. So I put that on there. I think I'm going to watch it. I just, I need to get around to it. So.
The Copenhagen test sounds like a video game.
I mean, that could be.
Remember, what was that game? Giddles, what was that game that you and I used to play? You can only play as solo players. You can't play the Turret Test.
I think the Turing Test.
The Turing Test, game. That game. Yeah. The Copenhagen test should be the spinoff. Industrial espionage. Over on Apple TV, Stiller and Mara, Nothing is Lost. Is that a documentary on Ben Stiller's
parents? Yeah, and I think he directed it.
Right,
yeah, looks good.
That. And then on demand, Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Predator Badlands. I just saw that went to a platform as well.
No, I think
it's announcement that it's going to a platform.
Yeah, if anything, it's going to go to Hulu or Disney Plus because
it's a Fox movie, right?
The Fox Predator, yeah.
Yeah. And then the Carpenter's Son.
That's a biblical. I think it's a kind of a drama horror movie starring Nicolas Cage as Joseph.
Jeebus.
Yeah, and Jeebus.
Gotcha. Out next week on Paramount Plus. A lot of hype and a lot of it not being very good for Star Trek Starfleet Academy. The trailer on YouTube is completely ratioed of people not liking it. Apparently, the Klingons are all into themselves. It's like they just hired influencers to make them Klingons, and they're all sassy and modern and what have you, which is what the Klingon race was all about from the beginning.
Kapla.
Glad that it's now finally being highlighted. And then also on January 15th on Netflix, all 25 James Bond movies will be released.
That's going to be fun for me.
Someone who's not seen a single one of them.
Are you really? Oh, you gotta
I am now interested in going to watch these and check them all out. So that is going to be fun for me. As we get into the news, Jordan, do you have any words for the people?
I do. If you're thinking about starting a podcast or looking to grow the one you already have, you need a platform that's simple, reliable, and built for creators. Libsyn is the original home for podcasters. They offer rock solid hosting, intuitive publishing, and tools, and IAB certified analytics so you can finally stop guessing and start growing. Libsyn is an independent platform that puts creators first. Understand your audience and build your show with confidence. Sign up at Libsyn.com, choose the plan that fits your needs, and use promo code It's Eric Nagel, all one word, at checkout and get your first month free.
All right, here's Jordan with the news.
Yes, we are starting with some somber news, and I don't know if you pulled any of the clips for this, but Vincent Zampella, creator of Call of Duty, has died. He was driving, I believe, a Lamborghini, and he was coming through a tunnel in Los Angeles, went really, really fast through that tunnel and smacked the side of a mountain. Everyone had it on film, and the car caught on fire immediately. It was wild.
I did see it, but I did forget to pull that. I didn't have it on my notes to pull that.
But yeah, so that was wild. Just out of nowhere.
I'll tell you this. It's more I mean, if you have to go, that's a more glamorous way to go than the guy who created the Segway, who rolled off a cliff in a Segway. At least you went in a Lamborghini full speed, living life to the fullest.
Yeah. Speaking of Segways, know what else is dead? MTV officially ended all their music-only channels.
I heard that it was just the UK and Australia.
So if you're a certain age and you feel like everything's dying, you're probably going to be mad that this is happening. MTV, as we know it, is dead by the end of this year. So this happened on the 31st. MTV's remaining 24-hour music channels will shut down globally, closing the book on all the most influential chapters of all our pop culture history. It's not disappearing entirely.
Just the music only, like MTV.
Just the music.
Well, MTV2 wasn't even all music anymore. But they have like MTV Classics, which I think was the VH1 Classics that they merged in. There was an MTVU still going on at college campuses and stuff. Mm-hmm. I think that's going away too. But MTV itself is still going to be just fucking ridiculous 19 times a day.
So that, I mean, it's still here. But
we're here. We're queer. We don't want any more bears.
Before we go into the next thing, I do want to say, speaking of 80s and stuff like that, this past Monday I did go see Duran Duran in concert, and I gotta say, for 67 years old, even though you said he had no stage presence, that was a fun show. That was really, really good.
To be fair, you sent me the clips, and I said they still got it. They still play, and he still can sing. They have zero energy, and they're all just standing there, like not moving.
Well, most of the other band was just kind of milling around. Simon was moving around a lot. I think that particular song, I think he was tired. I mean, that was like late into the set. We've already been going about an hour and a half. So like, maybe he just wanted to break, and he was doing a cover of White Lies, which was kind of fun. But the show itself was actually really good. They still sounded great.
You didn't send me any photos of the merch.
I couldn't find any. They had no merch anywhere that I was walking around. I saw not one booth, not one kiosk, nothing set up for merch. Yeah. So no merch that I could find, but it was really, really fun. Subdivisions. It's not easy for Nick. Excuse me. There we go. It's not easy for Nick Rose to be almost 70 and have 38 pounds of makeup and play keyboards. He was also wearing a nice cravat. He was very fancy. Such a good show, though. Like, I was so surprised. Like, I'm always worried with some of these older acts. Like last year, I went early on to see Tom Jones, and I was kind of worried. Like, you're in your 70s. How are you going to sound? He sounded great. These guys were no different. Like Simon's, I think, 67 years old, and aside from Ordinary World being slightly off, every song sounded perfect, and it was awesome. I had a great time. So, if they're touring in your area and you want to go see. You want to go see Duran Duran, do it, man. Like they're still doing it, and it sounded great. So
real quick before you continue on, I got a message saying that we forgot something and what's out now and what's coming and what have you. This Sunday, January 11th, is the Golden Globes. And I said I did not forget.
I don't think we forgot. I don't think no one cares.
Thank you for the reminder, but yeah, we had no interest in. I mean, we should have mentioned it. In all fairness, but nobody cared. So,
well, the funny thing is, like when I do research for what's out and stuff like that, no one's talking about it either. It's not coming up under anything. So,
no.
All right,
continue on.
This next story is our official Eric's apology tour for one Mr. Spencer Pratt, who has now announced his run for an LA mayor on the anniversary of the Palisades fire that put him in the crosshairs of our show, talking about his crystals and his merch.
Well, at the time it wasn't even so much the crystals. He was trying to get everybody to play his wife's song.
Yep. To make money.
He got a certain amount of spins on Spotify and all this stuff to get it into the Billboard charts and all this stuff to make money in order to try to raise money to pay for, I guess they were cash poor, I guess is the term. Like they own property and everything, but they didn't have money to repair and do all this stuff. And
yeah, because they were staying with like her parents or his parents or something. And
everything
like
they had with everybody else out there that's dealing with insurance and bullshit politics and legislation stuff where they can't go on. They keep finding reasons that they're violating some kind of law to go back to their property to start repairing things. Oh no, it's an environmental thing and you can't do that. You can't rebuild that structure because like they're putting all this shit on there to squeeze everybody out of the that area of Malibu and the Pacific Palisades.
And these are people with money.
These are people with money that they're doing this to.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing that thing with trying to get everybody to play his wife's song. And I thought that was just, I don't know. I thought it was not in poor taste. I just thought it was kind of hokey. Mm-hmm. And, so we focused on him for a while. And then he wanted to go back. He was sifting through the rubble of his house, looking for his crystals, and then giving the sales pitch that they were charged under the moon and the energy in these things will make them more powerful and valuable and all this. And I know it's like he was just doing whatever he can to make money to help his family and stuff. I do owe him an apology because in the last year, he has really blasted what's her name, the mayor of LA,
Karen Bass,
and Gavin Newsom and all of these things here, because every time he sent official notices to Gavin's office and he's been posting them, and then TMZ got wind of it, that they're essentially lying and making up bullshit that, oh, you didn't file this thing, we didn't talk to anybody, we have no plans of doing this, and he's saying you're all lying about this stuff. And then it came out, I think somewhere in the last week, maybe. I mean, I found out about it in the last week, but apparently some of the properties or people who own these properties are being squeezed out by these companies coming in to buy them. Mm-hmm. And all these companies are coming to, that are offering them whatever to buy their property right out because they've got a squeeze on the insurance companies and the legislation that they can't do it. It's been a year now.
Yeah, it's the anniversary.
And they haven't been able to clean up or build or anything on those things. These companies are coming in to buy it, and they're all the usuals. They're all these brokerage companies coming in to buy all of this stuff. He's now going to run for the mayor.
Yeah, so he was quoted yesterday, Wednesday, at a They Let Us Burn rally in the Pacific Palisades. He said, "We're going to expose the system. We're going to every dark corner of LA politics and disinfecting the city with our light." A dumb quote, but whatever. And then he basically came out and he's going to be running against the incumbent, Bass. And he's also attacked the mayor's performance on the fire, saying she has not accepted responsibility for the city's failures. That fire, I think, burned 6,800 homes, killed 12 people. And yeah, they're going through some shit, and it sucks. Whenever a celebrity says they're going to run for politics or something like that, everyone goes, "Oh yeah, whatever." Like the fan base enjoys it, but everyone just looks at it like they ain't going to do anything. Surprisingly enough, when he made this announcement, he was speaking somewhere. I saw clips on KNBC out there, and then on TMZ and stuff. He was getting a lot of support. Like he had a crowd of like 100 and some odd people out there cheering.
Yeah, and he's going through the process of now where you have to get signatures from residents of the city and whatever it is you have to go through. And people are cheering him on. Like he's getting a lot of online support, not just because he's whatever level of celebrity he used to be.
So far removed from being a real celebrity that I think this is not coming from a place of needing attention. I think he's really trying to make some change.
No, that's what I legitimately, when I was watching some of the clips of him speaking, he does need some people to help guide him a little bit or like a publicist or to help him with some of these things. But he's coming off sincere and legitimate. And I think he's got a decent chance. Unless there's just some, too big of a political cloud over backing Karen Bass that he won't have a shot. But I think he does have a shot if a lot of people are actually supporting him. I reached out because remember he was writing me back.
Yeah, you were posting on his stuff.
And he would respond back to me and he DM'd me and stuff. I sent him a DM. I don't know if I'll ever hear him. I said, apparently I owe you an apology. And I wrote a little paragraph. I said, I'll tell you this off air. I said, but I would love to have you come on and publicly say that, I changed my perspective and all that. Whether he does that, I don't know, but I threw it out there. Couldn't hurt. But good on him.
Yep. Speaking of changes, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting is officially shutting down. That is PBS.
Yeah.
That is,
they had CBP. To vote to dissolve their own company.
That's so crazy. So basically, it's a private nonprofit corporation created by Congress to steward the federal government's investment in public broadcasting. Announced that its board of directors has voted to dissolve the organization after 58 years of service in the American public. The decision follows Congress's recent recession of all CPB's federal funding and comes after sustained political attacks that made it impossible for CPB to continue operating as the Public Broadcasting Act intended. As part of the orderly closure, CPB will complete the responsible distribution of all remaining funds in accordance with Congress's intent. It will also provide support to the American Archive of Public Broadcasting to continue digitizing and preserving historic content and own its own archives dating back to the organization's founding in 1967. They will be preserved with a partnership of the University of Maryland and made accessible to the public. I think, whether you love or hate how politics has kind of turned this whole country upside down, I think it's still provided a good service, and it sucks that it's got to go away. So,
what I was just looking up real quick, what it's doing is turning into, in New York, they had the Museum of Television. What was it? The Museum of Television and Motion Pictures. Mm-hmm. It's an archive of famous and historical moments in television and film history and what have you.
Yeah.
They're taking that entire span of PBS and making it essentially an archive, a museum that will be open to access to everybody once it's up and ready to go. So if you ever wanted to go back and watch old Mr. Rogers episodes, or like, hey, I missed those episodes of The Frugal Gourmet, or what's her name? Julia Child's thing.
Julia Child, yeah.
Which, by the way, if you go watch that series on HBO, it's only 2 seasons. Really good.
That's what you were saying. I still got to do that.
Yeah.
I'll have to go find that. But yeah, like it's kind of sad that that's what it's come to. I grew up, Sesame Street, PBS, like, you grew up on all this stuff, and, like it or not, it sucks that it's going away. So, but yeah.
What else?
Netflix is now going to be home to the WWE library. As we were talking about, WWE's deal with Peacock is over, and Netflix is now the U.S. home of all the library of premium live events, documentaries, and original programming prior to September 2025. All the current WWE PLEs, or the pay-per-views, will still be on the ESPN Plus app. I don't know how long they're going to sustain that, because I don't hear a lot of people paying that extra money to get that app. But
apparently, I think it was in November, we either I read it or we covered the story where ESPN was disappointed by the initial sign up from it, because remember they were promoting that WrestlePalooza as the big pay-per-view kickoff for this thing, and a lot of people were just not interested in spending $30 a month
extra. Like, not even.
And if you're only there for WWE, it's not like they still had the UFC. The UFC left. UFC's not on ESPN anymore. It's on Paramount. So if you're like, $30 a month, if you were an MMA fan, it would have been worth getting that. If you're a sports fan, UFC, now WWE, if you were into those things, that would have been worth $30 a month for you. If you're a family that just likes WWE, your kids watch WWE, you used to be able to just watch it on cable television, and you would spend the extra money for the pay-per-views, whatever streaming service. You don't have that option anymore. And everything is on different platforms. Raw is on Netflix. SmackDown is on USA Network. NXT is on the CW, which who knew that was still a thing?
I didn't realize that was still a channel. I thought that died when they got rid of the Arrowverse.
Yeah. The NXT stuff had their pay-per-views on Peacock, but now that's gone. So I think that's all on ESPN now too. It's not worth the $30 a month. If you're just a WWE fan, it's not worth it. I see what people are saying in the chat there. Yeah, you get a VPN and then you just watch Netflix outside of the country and you get all the WWE stuff there. I'm not saying that I contribute to that, but it is the more cost-effective way to go. So we'll see. I don't know how long the ESPN deal is with WWE, but I can't imagine they're happy with this.
No. Dave Filoni, who's been pretty much running most of what anything Star Wars related has come out with, is now set to take over possibly for Kathleen Kennedy. So after 13 years as Lucasfilm's president, it was only a matter of time before Kathleen Kennedy was handing over the reins of Star Wars to somebody else. Under the legendary producer whose resumes include E.T., The Goonies, Back to the Future, and The Sixth Sense.
Wait, he was the goofy guy in the Lego video, right?
He was the one in the cowboy.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. Lucasfilm released 5 Star Wars feature film from Rogue One to sequel trilogy. She's going to conclude her run as the president with The Mandalorian and Grogu, and next year Star Wars Starfighter. After she retires, Filoni will reportedly be joined by Lenwyn Brennan, current president and general manager of Lucasfilm Business. So there sounds like what they're going to do is do what DC's doing, where someone's going to be the creative one, someone's going to handle the money. And it sounds like Dave Filoni's going to be the creative one.
Are Star Wars fans happy with this?
I love Dave Filoni. Like he did, Star Wars Rebels. He did the Clone Wars. He basically was handed the Bible of Star Wars from George Lucas himself and is probably the most knowledgeable. He has gone back to the Clone Wars especially with like Ahsoka and things like that. But there's still a lot of cool stories that you can tell in that time frame, like like Dave's saying, that I think it's going to be okay. But I believe he will make some better decisions if he's in creative control than a Kathleen Kennedy. How it's all going to work, I don't know yet, but he is definitely going to be the creative direction of all the film, television, and pretty much all the other platforms, books and games and things like that. But
I'm wondering if the tides are actually turning to where they started to realize, like, we can't continue going the route that we've been going the last several years. They have to go back to, even though, socially people say it's like, well, everything needs to be more diverse, and you have to, why can't characters change? They're fictional characters. Doesn't matter, all that stuff. Well, it matters to the people who grew up with this when it started. It matters to the people who generationally grew up in this because their parents watched Star Wars and then they got into Star Wars. It matters to the people who love, not even just Star Wars, but other properties, right? I'm starting to see a little shift, and I'm hoping that this is a sign of things to come. The Star Wars change, I'm going to try to be positive with it, and hopefully this is a step in the right direction.
Yep.
Did you see the casting for the live action Rapunzel that Disney just announced?
Yes. And I'm okay with it, only because I'm kind of getting tired where they just decide to do stunt casting and get like a famous actor to be a character. Like there was a lot of like names out there that were like famous actresses and actors to play these characters. And it's following the trend where, like the Legend of Zelda movie cast 2 people that no one really knows about. Right. I think that's going to work for them because now you don't have any preconceived expectations of what they can bring to the franchise. Or if
the casting makes sense, like if an actor or an actress and go, yeah, I could see them playing that role, and you bring them in, that would fit with this. The casting for the Disney Rapunzel has this actress Tegan Croft, who I'm not really familiar with, she looks like she could be Rapunzel. And then Milo Manheim, they're bringing in as Flynn Rider, the love interest, whatever he is in that.
Eugene Fitzherbert. Watch too much fucking.
And then they just announced, or they're close to announcing that
Catherine Hahn might be
Catherine
Mother
Hahn.
Gothel.
Right. Yeah. So looking at the casting, you go, okay. And then so I go, let me go read the comments and see what people are saying. And everyone's like, I agree with this, or this looks close to, no, this is like, I was like, huh.
Again, they're not stunt casting. They're not putting Will Smith as the genie in Aladdin. You know what I mean? Like, they're not just getting a big name to sell the movie. They're actually just going to probably care about the actual story and people that reflect what the characters look like as a cartoon. Because do what you want. The Little Mermaid, the actress was probably very talented, but I'm sorry to say, people expected it, a red-haired white chick, running around singing songs, and you put the black actress in there, and you're just not going to get the traction you think you want.
Right.
And that movie was terrible. And Awkwafina was in it. It was terrible.
I didn't see it, but
we'll watch it.
I'm hopeful. I'm like, all right, that's casting seems reasonable. I'll say seems reasonable. Star Wars making these changes. Hopefully this is reasonable. Hopefully this makes sense. if they could, that's how they'll fix a lot of this stuff. If they start going, not just listening to the fans, because you can't listen to the fans 100% of the time, but you can't ignore the fan base 100% of the time either. You got to figure out what makes sense and what doesn't.
My thought is that maybe you start shying away from just the Jedi. Stop shying away from just the Sith. Look at Andor. Andor was fantastic.
Andor was a lot of fun.
And you know what you didn't have? A lot of people running around with lightsabers, fucking waving their hands in the air and making rocks float around.
But I will say, I told a good story. Ahsoka too.
Ahsoka was great.
And I never saw Clone Wars or whatever the animation thing was.
Oh, they're so good. And Rebels is so good. And I was on the fence with Rebels at first. And then once you get through that first season and you really use it, like, it's going to be so good. But no, I like Dave Filoni. I think if he can get away from just focusing on the Mandalorian, I think he can do good things. I think he just kind of got stuck in there, but I think it's gonna be good. So,
all right,
moving on, going to DC, the Batman Part 2, the one with what's Pattinson. They're eyeballing Sebastian Stan to join the cast along with what's her face, Scarlett Johansson. My thought, and they haven't announced it yet, he's gonna be Harvey Dent. He has Harvey Dent written all over his damn face.
Didn't they tease Harvey Dent or something in the first the Batman movie?
His name,
or was it all just the Riddler?
It was all just the Riddler.
No, I know
Harvey
the
Dent may have come up, but
I thought at some point they mentioned Harvey.
No,
Dent.
they were talking about Falcone, and then the Joker was teased at the end, which I believe he's going to be coming back. But as far as
that was the prison scene, right?
Yeah, that was right at the end, the little prison scene. I think he would be a good Harvey Dent. I'm not saying he's a good Two-Face. I think he just needs to be Harvey Dent.
James Gunn is just trying to pull everybody from Marvel over to there.
I think so.
He's just cashing in on the Marvel cred to try to boost DC.
He's like, look,
do it while you can, James, because if that Netflix deal goes down, who knows if you still
may not have a job.
Correct.
Have you been watching any of the Doomsday trailers that have been coming out?
Yes, but here's the problem. I was getting confused as to what's an actual trailer and what's CGI shit that people are putting out, right?
The official ones have been coming out.
Let me run them past you and you tell me if they're the real ones or not.
Okay.
The X-Men one where Cyclops has the goggles off. He's like, his eyes are going crazy, but there's a fire behind him. Like, I don't know if that's Xavier's mansion.
100% real.
Okay. I'm tired of Xavier's mansion constantly getting this shit kicked out of it. It's in the cartoons. It's in the movies. I know it happens a lot in the comics. Shit? But the mansion, at this point, the mansion is like the Hall of Justice. It's essentially
meanwhile.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the best announcer with it. But Xavier's mansion is kind of its own character.
Yeah.
Identities, and you keep fucking it up all the time, and you don't need to do that.
Well, see, in that trailer, it's interesting because what you see is, I think you see an OG Sentinel walking in the background, and he's got his goggles off, and he's shooting his fucking beams, and I'm just like, oh my god!
You saw one part where it leans down, and through the black smoke, whatever, you see the face, because they did this shitty fucking gas lamp Sentinels in that not the last X-Men movie, the second to last X-Men movie with Apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Was it X-Men Apocalypse? Is that the name of the movie? Right?
I believe it was Apocalypse.
But remember, in the future, it's Xavier and Wolverine and whatever, and they're sitting there, and the sentient.
You're thinking of Days of Future Past.
The Apocalypse wasn't in the big white light face.
Yeah, that was I think it was Days of Future Past.
That wasn't Apocalypse.
I don't remember Apocalypse. I hated that movie, and I forget.
Oh, maybe it was Days of Future. I don't know. You know what? I need to go back and watch all of those again because I actually
Days of Future Past is probably one of the best. Other than X2, is probably one of the best X-Men movies.
Kevin Bacon in the fucking submarine.
I mean, that was okay, but that movie's weird because like the first time you watch it, you're like, okay, I could see this cast being the X-Men, and then you watch it again, and you're like, why is this movie so fucking long? Like 2 hours feels like 3.
Different mindset and attention span back when that movie came out. I remember seeing the trailer in the movie theater before another movie when when Magneto's just sitting there and he's pulling the back end of the submarine out of the water. And like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
But
Fassbender as Magneto has always been good.
Yeah, the Sentinels that they had were just the fucking gas lamp faces. and I hated that thing. I was like, oh, look, the other Sentinels are really clunky and
well, the future ones, Nimrod was.
They look like my kid. What was it My Kid Robot or something? Robot, the kid's toy from the 80s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to see that. Anyway, back to the trailer. So yeah, the X-Men one.
That one's right.
The Thor one where he's like praying in the middle of the woods.
That one's right. Yep, that one's a legit one.
And what was the third one?
Captain America.
Yes, I saw the Captain America.
Captain America holding a baby.
Right, and like holding his outfit in the shield and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So those are all real.
Why does he have a shield? I thought he gave it away.
Maybe this is before he gives it, or this is an alternate version of him because he's younger in that trailer. So this could have been like, Doom goes back into the past and gets his stuff. Now, the fourth trailer, from what I hear, is a Wakanda Fantastic Four and Namor trailer. So they're blending those characters. Oh. And then I feel like if there's a fifth one, it's going to be about Doom and Battleworld. Okay. I'm excited. Like, I love the X-Men one. I'm afraid that that's almost as much as we're going to get out of it. Like, I'm so afraid that we're not going to get a lot of X-Men. But I'm excited to watch Doomsday. I think if they release a legit real trailer, I'll watch it. And that's going to be the only trailer I watch. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to watch any secondary trailers. I'm going to avoid as much spoilers as possible.
Oh, here it is.
Makes me excited for it. Yeah. So I'm excited to see the Jim Lee suits.
If we play it, you think we'll get striked?
I don't know. Probably Disney's very litigious.
Okay. Never mind then. Go ahead.
But yeah, so that's real. That's going to be fun. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. Some quick ones, and then we'll wrap this up. HBO, with Real Time with Bill Maher, is being renewed for 2 additional seasons, extending the Political Talk series through 2028. That's interesting. That's been getting a lot of traction. He's been having a lot of right-wing people on there, and he's been talking to Trump. I mean, I think he's kind of hitting both sides of things, which I think is probably why he's got longevity like this. How long has he been on? Do you remember when he started?
Somewhere in the 2000s, he started Real Time, because before that, he had Politically Incorrect on ABC.
I remember that.
And that was from like the late 90s up until somewhere in the 2000s. Then ABC pulled it because whatever reason. I don't know if they were sold to Disney at the time or something. That's why they pulled it. But then he went over to HBO and has been doing Real Time for 20-something years. Yeah.
So yeah, he's going to be extended through 2028. We talked about The Pit. Season 2 just started today. It has been renewed for a season 3 ahead of the season 2 dropping today on Thursday. HBO and HBO Max's chairman and CEO Casey Bloys announced that the renewal during the series season 2 premiere event this past Wednesday. So that's interesting. This is fun. Fortnite is collaborating with South Park. It's being called Born in Chaos. Players can now finally embody Cartman, Kenny, Stan, Kyle, and Butters with their arrival in the item shop, alongside attaining free items through progression of the Born in Chaos pass. Explore Cartman Land and jump into the new Quint's 5-person playlist with the South Park collaboration for Fortnite launching on February 5th. The trailer is hilarious.
It is.
I thought it was
really
funny.
Ties into the Stick of Truth,
which was really fun. And I love Butters is always fun when he's like, what is it, Captain Chaos?
General Disarray.
Something like that, yeah. So I think that's going to be fun. I wish they would have done
is General Disarray the little nerdy kid that's with him? Hold on.
He might be the little nerd. I think he's either Captain Chaos or General Chaos or something Chaos.
He is Professor
Chaos.
And the little nerdy kid with him is General Disarray.
Yeah. So okay. I love Butters. I was kind of hoping that they would, like The Simpsons, make a little mini map of just South Park.
Oh my God. If you're doing Fortnite at South Park?
Yeah. And go by Shitty Walk.
This is just like a little micro off the map game, right?
That would be awesome. But it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen. But it's still going to be fun.
Does those characters translate over to the Battle Royal?
Don't know.
Because that'd be great if you got South Park characters.
That would be kind of
Fortnite is just turning into what Funko became.
Just get any property you can get your hands on.
And then charge money for all of that stuff. Yeah.
I know, because I sunk some money into the Simpsons stuff. I know you did. And so
we'll now I'm trying to finish up so I can get Marty McFly. I bought a DeLorean.
Marty!
and I bought the flaming wheels, and then
You're all in.
I got to put the video up of me playing as Will from Stranger Things.
Oh, with his dumb bowl haircut.
Well, the video I'm putting up is I recorded this, was that I just didn't have time to do the editing. I'll try to get it done this weekend. Was showing how much Will sucks in Stranger Things by also showing how much he sucks in Fortnite. So it's just fast clips of me diving out of the bus as Will with his fucking stick wrapped in Christmas lights as his weapon. And I just drop him into busy parts of the map, and he just stands there and does nothing until somebody shoots him. I was hoping there was an emote to have him cry, because I just would land and have him cry until somebody shot him. But
against the window crying.
Yeah.
So bad. And then the last thing we're going to talk about, we had kind of talked about MTV and sometime in shows that were on MTV. Jackass started on MTV, and that was one of the main things that they promoted. Well, Jackass 5 was announced via Johnny Knoxville social media, and a release date of June 26th of this year for Jackass 5. Pretty much all the casts, aside from Ryan Dunn, is returning. Even Bam Margera has signed a deal to be a part of the movie via archival footage. He's not going to be doing any live stunts. He's not going to be recording anything new, but they have a lot of cutting room floor stuff of him that he's agreed to allow to be back in. So I guess whatever feud Bam and Johnny have had has been squashed, and we're going to see some more Bam Margera, a little bit younger, a little bit wiser, a little bit less drugs in his system, probably. So,
all right.
But yeah, Jackass 5, which, I love watching that shit. So I'm all for it.
Yep. June 26th of this year. I would buy tickets to go see that in the movie theater.
I saw the last one in the theater.
If movie theaters are still around by then. It's not looking good.
By June?
Yeah. Look, things
That's
move
a short
fast.
window, man.
Thanks to everybody that's in the chat here that joined us tonight. Going through some of the ones that I missed here. Great. Seven Lakes Outdoors. Great to see you, Rock. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. We tried to avoid the New Year stuff, because if we came back like the 3rd or the 4th, it's close enough to the date. We're like a week or so, maybe 10 days removed. Made no sense to doing that. But how do you say this name? Bootless Dilettante. There we go. Hi, Rock. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to you, sir. Johnny Bench. Jesus Christ. John Beecher in the chat there. Hey,
Johnny Bencher.
Good. Johnny Bench, back from the dead, and the famous episode of the Brady Bunch. And internet celebrity Hellraiser 69. Happy New Year's, nerds. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate all of that.
Breaking news when I feel like breaking it. There's reports that the Blade solo movie is no longer going to happen, and they're just going to work him into a Midnight Suns movie.
Into a what?
There's a collaboration comic book called The Midnight Suns. It's like Ghost Rider, Man Thing, Blade, and a couple of the more, think of DC's Constantine's, black, dark arts kind of stuff.
They've learned nothing.
Yeah.
They've learned nothing. When there were no Marvel movies in the 90s, but Blade would come out and do gangbusters at the box office.
So that would be like Moon Knight.
The fucking pop that Wesley Snipes got in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, showing you that people wanted Blade content, whether it's Wesley Snipes or
Mahershala
Ali, or having them both do a crossover or something like that. You put out a Blade movie on its own, will do very well.
By the way, Wonder Man comes out this month. I have been seeing a ton of commercials for it on Disney
January
Plus.
January 27th comes out.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes.
Damn.
And then Woodput saying Blade video game supposedly coming. Yes, that is correct. They did show that off. Who knows how long that's going to be? We're going to see a Wolverine movie first.
If the Blade video game comes out and it does what Superman did for PlayStation.
Spider-Man.
Oh my God. Spider-Man did for play. It's late. We've been on there too long, but Spider-Man did for PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, the people that did Insomniac, the people that did Spider-Man are doing that Wolverine game. So that looks pretty fun.
All right. We need to get out of here. We've been here too long. We are crawling to the finish line. It's time to do the plugs. And Jordan, as always, the nation's eyes turn to you, my friend.
You can find me on social media, X, Instagram, YouTube, at Jinx Ronan, Twitch, at Jinx Ronan 79. If you've got an Amazon subscription, you want to go to our Twitch channel, it's Eric Nagel, and use your free month-long subscription to Twitch Prime. You can do so. Help us out. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Does stuff for us, I'm told, and we appreciate it.
All right. For me and for the show and clicking this button right here, all the social media is at It's Eric Nagel. If you're on the iHeartRadio app listening to us there, do us a kindness, put us in the #1 position on your presets. If you're on Apple, Spotify, any of those fine quality platforms, go over there and leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. You can join us live each and every week as we do the show by subscribing to our live rooms, either on YouTube or on Twitch at It's Eric Nagel. And if you can't do that, you just watch us whenever you get the alerts, or whenever you just have the time. The YouTube channel is the place to be at It's Eric Nagel. Go there and subscribe.
Smash that like button, hit that little bell so you know when we go live and you're the first to know to be in that room and chat.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to sound like every one of those idiots that try to promote the shows.
Dominic the Hung. That is the lesser known knight in what's his name, King Arthur's court.
Right.
Yeah.
There was like Sir Galahad. There was, all those others. And then there was just Dominic the Hung.
He's like, clip it, Doom.
Clip it, Doom.
Like, why am I doing Dr. Claw?
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
All right, Jordan, get us out of here. Until the next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
We'll be seeing you.
It's Eric Nagel.
Here's to those who wish us well.
And those who don't can go to hell.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.